So today we'll be starting a new series Java. So Java is object-oriented programming language where we make use of so many objects, and of course we create objects. And let me tell you what is an object. See, an object, I can give a real life analogy that in the universe everything is an object. I can give a simple example. To take a human being, is a class. Okay, basically it's a classification, and every one of us is an object. Every one of us is an object. Okay, so I am an object. People who are viewing this video, you are also an object. But of course, again, we have different classes. So some may be male, some may be female. So the female okay, objects, for example, let us take Gayatri or somebody. He is an object of female class. Ram, for example, is an object of male class. So if you think, literally, everything in the universe is based on some class and object. If you take a fan is an object, but how the fan is made, basically it has been made using a specification. If, for example, the fan has to rotate at a particular RPM, the input voltage is this much, okay, coil capacity, whatever it is, so everything is specification. So that specification is called a class. Even you take a remote TV, okay, a TV is an object, but how to make the TV, that specification is a class. So this is the analogy I can say. So Java is an object-oriented programming language where there are of course we have some primitive data types. Other than that, we have objects. Objects come from classes. Classes are the data types. In fact, they are the data types. I can say employee. Okay, employee is a class, and ROM is an object. Okay? For example, if you take a college, okay, then a student is a class. And if you take Manish, Manish is an object. If you take the entire system, any system which is interacting is full of made up of objects, and the objects they come from a class. So this is how a system is born. Okay, so if we go to a bank, we as a customer object interact with a bank object. Okay, now a system is born. Now we get what we want, okay, through the interface. That means the allowed interface. So we access the interface and get the services done. And bank also, okay, they require some data from us. They ask us fill up forms or whatever it is. Okay, then they just take information what they want. So that is why the system is running actually. If you take the entire universe, it is full of made up of objects, okay, and of different classes, objects of different classes, and the objects interact with each other to get information what they want from the other type of class, other type of object. So this is how the system is born. Okay, so the system is born. Now in Java, I want to start with a small simple program. So I'll just go to my NetBeans IDE. So this is the IDE. It's a very good IDE, integrated development environment. So how can I create a new Java project? I just open NetBeans IDE. That's all. The version is 8.2. You can also download this. NetBeans IDE 8.2 is very good for basic core Java and advanced Java also. So we will be seeing a lot of content using core Java and advanced Java with each and every example. A lot of examples will be there. A lot of problem solving will be there. Challenging things will be there. Okay. So I'll just go to File, New Project. I'll just say let us Java application, because it's going to be a Java application, because it's a desktop application. We are not focusing immediately on web application. We are focusing on desktop application. So where we'll be using core Java as its content. Okay? And of course we'll be using a lot of other classes like JFrame, JPanel, those kind of things. But we focus on core Java right now. So next, I'll just say YouTube YTL call YT demo 1, YT demo 1. Just say finish. So it is getting saved in one of the folders actually. So we don't need to focus on that actually right now. See, like, look at this. It's YT demo, the project name, and there will be some source packages. This is a package name actually. So this is the project name. The project name will be similar to our whatever we are given class of capital letters, but package name will be with the same name in all small letters. Look at this package YT demo 1, all small letters. Automatically this IDE will create a package. What is a package? Package is nothing but a collection of classes. That's all. We can have multiple classes within this program. So all these classes will be packed inside this package called YT demo 1. So this is how Java has been developed actually. You will come across a lot of packages. Within the packages you will have a lot of classes, okay, and other things will be there. So all these things are created using this way. Public class, and then you can see here, and this is a class name. Automatically the IDE generates. Normally the convention is in Java all the classes should be in capital, but it's not compulsory, but it's a good convention. Okay, then I will have within public. When I say public class, look at this. See, Java, any program you can do in Java only within a class. You cannot open an independent function and run it. That's not possible in Java, because everything is in, basically it's a class based or object oriented approach. Of course we may use some primitive data types, but everything should be within a class. Okay, so and when you say public now, this particular YT demo 1 class can be accessed even outside this particular package, even outside this package. So I can have one more package. So from that package I can create an object for this particular class. As I told you, when you say object, it is an instance of a class. That's all. I am an object. I belong to a class called male. That's it. That's a relationship. Okay, now I can create an object of this YT demo 1 in another package inside another class, inside a function within the class. I can create an object of this particular. I can say YT demo 1, and then I can call obj1 is equal to new YT demo 1, something like that. Okay. Now that's called in a public. Class is nothing. These are all the keywords. Public, class, or keywords, and this is the name which we have given. That's it. Okay. And within that there is a function called method. It's called a method. Main is a method. Look at this. This is a method. It's a public method. So when you say public method, this method can be accessed from outside. See, of course, it's like opening the main gate, then the door, inner door, actually the hall door or whatever it is. Okay, so this should be public so that you can make use of this. Okay, if you make this as private, and there is no meaning in making this as public. Okay, fine. So the class should be public. Then within that, the method. Okay, if it is public, this method can be accessed from outside. Okay? And when you say static, static means this method, this main method. Basically, the name of the method is main. Main method can be called without creating an object of this YT demo 1. That is what we will do actually. When you run this project now, without creating an object of this particular YT demo 1, our program will run because of this static method. Then void means this main does not return anything. Does not return anything. Okay. Normally, main method does not return anything, and main is the name. Actually, every executable Java program should have a main method. So when I say executable program, you can write a program which need not be executed. You can just compile it and you can use it in another executable program. Right? So that is main. And string. String is a class actually. See, anything which starts with capital letter is a class. So string is nothing but collection of characters. Of course, it is coming as part of the Java language. A string comes as part of the Java language. And the square bracket denotes array. So that means this particular ARGS, this is not be ARGS, can be anything. For example, I can give X, doesn't matter. But by default, it comes as ARGS, that's all. This ARGS is a variable which is a collection of, which is an array of strings, array of string. Okay, fine. So that and all we'll see later on. Now to do code application here, what I'll do, let me just do my first program, system.out.println. Right? Now what is this system? So let us say hello world. Okay. Now look at this. So this main method has only one executable code. Okay, that's called, that's calling system. What is system? System is a class actually. As I told you, anything which starts with capital letter is a class. The system is also a class built in as part of the language. And dot, when you say dot means, part of. So out is an object which is part of the system class. Means system class has been embedded with an out variable. Okay, what is the out variable? Of course, out is an object of another class. Okay, of course, you can say out will be an object of another class. Okay, now out is embedded inside system class. It's like, a car is having an engine. Okay. See, car is a different class and engine is a different class. Okay, engine is made from different class actually. It has different specification, but engine has been embedded inside car. In the same way, out is embedded inside system class. Well, just imagine system is similar to class, akin to car, and out is akin to or similar to engine. If you just understand that, when it's quite easy. System is similar to car, and out is very similar to engine. It's embedded. Okay. Then what is this println? When you say out dot println, see, out is a variable or an object. So naturally the println is a method, okay, which belongs to this outs class. Okay, fine. Because you can embed an object inside a class. But when you say object dot println, okay, so the println is a method, okay, which is inside the class of out object. Okay, that are all we'll see. So suppose if I say click here, na, you can see here. I can just click here. It belongs to a class called print stream. Okay, I can just in IDE, NetBeans IDE, you can just control and just click on it. You'll get help. So you see, this particular out belongs to a class called print stream. Look at this print stream. And system, look at this. It's part of Java lang. Okay, fine. Public final class system. Okay, so it's part of the Java language. And println, basically it's a method. Look at this. Look, you can see here, it is inside java.io. Okay, print stream. So print stream is a class. So println is a method of the print stream class. So in Java, you will have everything inside classes. Okay. So this is how. So now what happens is, and this println method, it just prints whatever is given to as a string, as a parameter, an argument. So how do I run my program? I go here, click on this. Look at this. It starts running, and you can see the output at the bottom. The output will be here. Hello world. Got the output hello world. Okay, fine. So now what we have done is, it's a simple, okay, because it's a method call. Actually, it's a method call. It's not an output statement. Normally, people say an output statement. It is, of course, it's a statement, but it's a method call. Technically, it's a method call. Fine. Now, if I can have some kind of data types. So in Java, now there are different things called, data types. Of course, basic concepts of Java. If you take now, okay, what is data type? See, data type is nothing but a way of representing different kinds of data. Okay, so if you take a problem domain, for example, if you take a bank domain, customers will be there. Then customer will have a name, he will have a age, okay, he will have an account balance, he will have account type, a mobile number, contact details, or loan details, everything. Okay, so if you look at everything as a piece, the customer name will be a collection of characters, so it should be a string. Okay, if you take age, it should be a small integer. Okay, if you take his bank balance, it can be a float or double real number, or it can be a long integer also. It doesn't matter. Now a problem domain has to represent so many types of data. It's not a single monotonous way of representing data. Different kinds of data are there. That is why we go for different data types. Every language supports different data types. Integer, one character, okay, a real number, or a collection of characters called string, or complex data type, whatever it is. So when a problem, domain needs different types of data, we need to have data types, right? And in Java, we have to declare, okay, any variable. We call a variable. Variable is kind of a container. Okay, we have container at our home. Okay, where we put some, we put milk. We we keep water. We keep some other dishes. Without container, no, we cannot do. In the same way, when you solve a problem, you need to store the values inside a container. Those containers are called variables. That's all. And when you say variable, its value can change. For example, if you take a container, you can add more item, maybe rice or whatever it is. You can add more rice into that container. You can remove some items. So the varies. The content varies. This is called a container. Okay. So variable is similar to container. And every variable should have a associated data type, whether we store an integer value inside a variable. For example, I can say int x. That means x can always store an integer value. Int is the data type. Int is data type. I can say char y. That means y is a variable which can contain only character data type. Or I can say float. Float z. So z can contain, z is a variable which can contain a float value. So in Java, it is very much essential to declare the data type of a variable in advance before we start using it. Before we start using it. Okay. Maybe at the point of usage also we can declare, but every variable should be declared. What type of data it is. That is to avoid some kind of data integrity problems can be avoided. So every variable should be declared in advance. Fine. So this is how we create variable and data types. More things we'll be looking at in our forthcoming videos. We'll have more exciting contents, interesting content. Thank you.